Today I'm going to show you guys how this tank went from this to this in just 1 week. Hey, what is up guys, Calum or Calum's Fish Tanks, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to destroy blue-green algae. So if you guys have seen the setup of this tank, you would know I did a dry start method. If you want to see that video, I'll throw a link up in that corner. But anyways, I did the dry start method, and during that, a little bit of this blue-green algae started to develop. Shortly after, when I filled the tank, it kind of exploded and was everywhere within the tank. This stuff is something I'd never dealt with, and I was honestly really scared because I've heard so many horror stories about it, and it took me a little while to figure it out, but once I did, it was super easy to get rid of. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to destroy blue-green algae. So blue-green algae, or Cyanobacteria as it's also called, has a couple of main causes. The first one being an uncycled tank. This was a new tank, but the dry start method should do a little bit of the cycling, but I still got really bad blue-green algae at the beginning. But this kind of made sense. The tank wasn't fully cycled, of course, so the excess ammonia and stuff likely led to this stuff blooming everywhere in this tank. Another one of the main causes is low oxygen levels. Now this tank, what I assume happened is when I filled it up, the water that had been sitting at the bottom pooling around in the dry start method didn't have much oxygen, and because I didn't take that out, it caused this blue-green algae. Someone recommended after I filled up the tank that I should have went in there and got rid of all that water because it would cause nasty things, which I think it did, unfortunately. Now after I got the algae, I spent probably about a month manually removing it every single day, doing water changes every single day, trying to get rid of this stuff, and if I stopped for 2 or 3 days, it would just come back. It was honestly awful. I thought it was just a problem with the cycling, and then after this tank cycled, it would just go away on its own, but after about a month, I kind of said, you know what, this isn't working, I gotta try something else. So at that point, I decided to turn to my TikTok. I posted a little video asking them for help, and I got a ton of recommendations on what to do. One of the hard things about this algae is there is no fish that will eat this. It's a bacteria, and it's a little bit toxic, so a lot of fish will avoid this. Nothing will really eat it, but I had a lot of people saying a mono shrimp, they won't really help with this. Honestly, they won't even touch it. What the thing is about cyanobacteria is it is a bacteria like the name implies, but most people just think it's an algae. So one of the common causes or things you can get rid of it with are different kinds of antibiotics. Unfortunately in Canada they're banned though, so I couldn't get any of those. The next biggest suggestion was this stuff. This is blue-green slime remover. If I can get a good focus on it. But I picked this stuff up at Aquascape Room Canada, who had this available, and I'll put a link to them down below in the description because this is a great product. I got this stuff and followed the instructions, and I'm gonna show you guys how well it worked on this tank. So this is what the tank looked like when I started dosing the blue-green slime remover, and it was honestly nasty. It was everywhere, covering all the rocks. I'd stopped doing my water changes and had just given up and let it go because I wanted to see how good this product worked. To use this product, you dose 2 level spoonfuls, which it comes with a little spoon, per 15 gallons. So I was dosing about 2 half spoons because this is a 10 gallon. The dosage is a little weird, but you know, it works out. After about 3 days, I added a second dosage of it. You're supposed to do it after 2 days. And honestly, after the first 3 days, I didn't really notice any difference. There was no dying off or anything. But after I added that second dosage, that's when it really started to work. The first day, I noticed there was a lot more of this stuff losing a bit of its color and coming a little bit loose from the substrate. And this is what it looked like after a full week. You can see all of it is dead and it turns into this little kind of dust. So I went in there and sucked it all out with my siphon, which is really an important step. If I wasn't doing a YouTube video, I would have done this every day after, because one important thing is that it notes on the back of the product is it can create a lot of ammonia. When all this algae dies, it's going to create ammonia and leak it into your water, so you want to make sure you're removing it to keep your tank stable and not cause any more problems. Unfortunately, I didn't do that because I wanted to get the whole process of it dying off for you guys on this video, and because of that, the high amounts of ammonia started causing a little hair algae. So out with one algae and in with another one I'll have to deal with now. So it's only been about a week and a half after dosing this stuff, and there hasn't really been any signs of it coming back. There's still a little bit left over, and I'm waiting for the last bits to die off. I may add a third dosage because it says after a full week, if the results aren't, you know, perfect and it's all gone, to add a third dosage of this stuff. So I may add a third dosage, I may not. I may just let it see if it falls off and goes away on its own. But honestly, I'm really surprised by this product. It worked amazing and took care of all the algae for me, which honestly I didn't really expect. I said, no, we'll try it out, see if it works, and it worked great. I'm super happy with it. Now, like I mentioned, it's only been about a week and a half, so I don't know for sure if it's gonna stop it from coming back. But if it does come back, I'll make sure to post a comment and pin it, letting you guys know, like, hey, after like 2 weeks, this stuff came back and it's bad again. But I don't think it'll happen. I think I've probably taken care of the whole issue. So guys, to wrap up, I definitely recommend this product. It was only like 20 bucks and saved me a huge headache of battling with this stuff and trying to figure out what caused it. I'm super happy I have it now, and there's still a lot left. It treats a lot of water. So if I ever run into it again, I'll be able to add this and it should be no problem at all. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know it was a quicker video, but I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. But this was Calum's Fish Tanks. Peace.